Celebration event is going on right now with exceptional offers on a wide selection of Jeep brand vehicles. If you're looking to supercharge your next adventure, look no further than America's best-selling plug-in hybrid, the Jeep Wrangler 4xE. Or choose the luxurious Grand Cherokee or Grand Cherokee 4xE. All celebrations must come to an end, so hurry and visit Jeep.com or your local Jeep brand dealer for great deals during the Jeep Celebration event. Based on 2022 CYQ4 sales, J.D. Power retail sales data. Jeep is a registered trademark.
Welcome to the Malted Minis, brought to you by the Malting Hour. I am one of your hosts, Tony Gullick, joined by a very sleepy
Brandon Winninger.
He's not actually sleepy, he's just faking it. He might actually be sleepy, though. I don't know. I mean, we're watching Monday Night Football. We ate some delicious wings. We're doing a couple beers, and we're recording a couple of D's. And I'm very happy to share this with you yet again, my friend, because when I get it, you're the first person I think about for all the delicious beers you share with me. If there's one beer I feel most inclined, other than the giant Woot Stout that I have in my refrigerator right now,
One day
is this beer in particular every time it comes out, which is now I think only the second time we are drinking Revolution's DBVSOD, which is the double barrel very special Old Death. And let me go ahead and while you enjoy that, take a sip, keep inhaling it because it just like I just want this as a candle. The aroma, oh my god!
Yeah, it smells delicious, and I'm blown away.
And actually, I'm having this now warmer than I had the first time in a while. This is even better. Okay, so I'm going to read it. Imperial Stout, aged in bourbon barrels. Here we go. Occupying the epicenter of patience, refinement, and extremity, double barrel, very special Old Deth or Deth is a foreboding incantation of swirling malt, spirit, and oak concentration over several years in our most prized bourbon barrels. Cocoa, vanilla, and stone fruit emanate from the glass, with each decadent sip punctuated by American oak, and warming alcohol. This is my second time having it. This is the 2023 version. The last time, 2019? I don't remember. I'm trying to find it, and I can't find it. I'm seeing all these other, other versions of it with like vanilla and shit like that. I want to say, they did a double barrel VSOD apple brandy. 2018. Oh, nope. 2020. So this looks like the third time that they've done this. 2018, 2020 when they also did this. This is the 2023 version from Revolution. Brandon, what are your first impressions of aroma and then into actual taste?
So aroma, I was getting, right off the bat, I was getting dark fruit. Raisin was the first thing that I came up with. It was very raisiny. It was, it's got a brown sugar essence to it. I'm still like, I keep going back. I took a sip, but I keep going back and smelling it. But yeah, like that's the predominant thing is like raisin, brown sugar. I'm getting some hints of barrel.
Yeah. I get booze, not in like a super boozy way, but like when you have a nice bourbon or something in your glass.
Yeah, and I'm getting booze, but it's so subtle for me.
It is. It is subtle. It's the very last. The very last smell.
There's some overrounding like heat on the aroma. Excuse me.
We've been drinking and eating wings, so pardon our burps and all those things.
Yeah, but like going, like swirling it around, going in again for another like whiff of the aroma, like that heat, it's like an overwhelming like overall arching thing, but the predominant is like brown sugar, dark fruit, and then some barrel.
I didn't pick up that dark fruit until you said it, and I guess I couldn't place it. But yeah, raisiny is definitely...
Yeah.
I don't get that in the taste. In the taste, I get a lot of vanilla, cocoa, oak, kind of warming booziness. Sweet chocolate, barrel, but it's not like it's hurting, like warm, like burning my chest. It's a warming sensation.
Agreed, and I am still getting some of that raisininess, and not in a bad way at all. Like this is just super. It's been put together really well. It's a very well balanced Stout? Is it a stout?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know, because I'm like,
No. I mean, I have already read it. It was just a great question because I'm also just thinking about. We've been sitting here for a little bit at your bar.
Yeah.
And that's just a great question. Like, is it a stout? Yeah, no, it is. I understand why you're questioning that. Their barley wines sometimes
flavor profile teeters on barley wine
it's
for
sweet.
me.
The sweetness.
Yeah,
I feel like the sweetness is very close to a barley wine, not for a stout from Revolution, especially their barrel aged stouts. They don't tend to be super sweet. This one is sweet, and as you were talking about it, this reminds me of Krampus in the Rye, 2023 Krampus in the Rye.
Yep.
That we just had. There's a sweetness that we found out was from the actual barrel because the beer itself isn't super sweet, and I feel like this beer is sweeter probably because of the ABV, which, by the way, I don't know if I said this. It's 17.9%, man.
What? Well, that's fucking crazy because it does not drink like that. I mean, there's heat, but like not that much heat.
No, it doesn't drink like a 17.9% beer at all.
Did they scale this right? Come on.
As you were talking about it, I took another sip and I do get a little bit of that dark fruit, but also this is probably one of my favorite barrel-aged beers based on I'm getting a lot of barrel, but it's almost like I'm having a stout and some bourbon at the same time. If I was like blending it myself, but I blended it perfectly. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like I get bourbon.
Yeah.
I 100% get a rich bourbon flavor from this beer, but it's also a nice sweet stout that is warming, but it's not. It is. When I had one of these by myself, it was great. It was a really. It was a great I think like a Thursday night or a Friday night or something. I had it or a Sunday. I don't remember, but it was just a very nice wow, what a great nighttime beer.
Yeah.
To have early evening, 7:00. Have that. Sip on it. All of a sudden you're like, hey, I'm feeling pretty good. And we're watching the Bears probably lose right now. There we go. So that's the perfect time to drink this beer. But man, I'm so happy to share this with you again because the last time we did the double barrel, we did. God, what was the odd side one with all the different adjuncts?
Atmosphere
and attitude or something like that.
Yep, something like that.
And then there was another. We did 3 fun beers that night around this time, and it's by the way again not sure when this is out. It's probably sometime in January, but this is November, the end of November, and it is 22 degrees outside right now. Wind chill makes it feel like 11. Yep. This is a perfect. It's colder, by the way. It's colder here than it is in Alaska tonight. I've confirmed that.
Let's go to Alaska.
Oh, thank God. This is great, man. I love this beer so much. I was so excited to see them bring this back.
Yeah, I am too. Was it 17% last time they did it?
I want to say it was definitely close to that.
High, but...
Yeah, let me see. Pulling it up right here. The 2020 version was 17% exactly. Yeah. So this is a little higher than last year.
Yeah, it just drinks so well. So well.
Maybe actually, I'm interested to see what the double barrel VSOD from 2018 was. Also 17. So, I hope they keep doing this. Man, there has been variations. I'm sure when they did the tap of single barrel with Whistle Pig 10-year rye. Single barrel Woodford double oak. Jeez. Well, all the VSOJs too, but wow. I just love when this beer comes out. I remember the first time in 2020 having it and just falling in love with it, and I think I've now committed myself for the next time they release it that I'm just going to buy the 4-pack myself instead of splitting it with Clark. Sorry, Clark, you're going to be stuck with a 4-pack. I know I'm one of those beers you already have.
He's going to be so disappointed.
I mean, he's got a lot. I saw at his house recently what he's got. He's got a lot. So, Clark, bring those over for the MALTEEZ. We'll make something happen.
Thanks, Clark, for bringing your beer over.
I know the last one we didn't really rate. But, Brandon, how many barrels are you giving this?
I'm going to go 4.5.
I like it. I'm sticking with what I given it when I checked it out on tap. This is a straight up 5 for me.
Ooh.
This is a perfect barrel age beer for me. I absolutely love it, and I wish it was something that was available each year, and I would pay the money for it.
Okay.
It's just fucking great. Out of all, like, and actually, the next time they do a double barrel, I would love to do a Goose Island double barrel side by side, whether it's a toasted one or the one. We're not doing that right now. We're not doing that right now. If I was off tomorrow, I'd say that's another story. If this was the Wednesday before Thanksgiving, that would have been a great idea. We should have planned this better. But yeah, any other double barrel beer, I'd love to put this up against to see where it stands. I think this is the king.
Ooh, them's fighting words for some people.
Brandon, love you, buddy.
Love you too, man.
I'm gonna give you a little bit from this glass. You're done with yours. You can have a little bit of mine.
That's okay.
We'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
This has been The Malting Hour. Be sure to follow us on all social media by searching The Malting Hour and at themaltinghour.com. You can also follow us individually on social media. Brandon can be found on Instagram as BMDub81, on Twitter, BDub81, and on Untapped as BDubDrinksBeer. Tony can be found on Instagram and Untapped under Ace of Help Chicago, on Twitter, The Ace of Help Chicago. Clark can be found as Clarkowski on all three. Dan can be found on Instagram as hip__hops and hip hops on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe, like, and rate the show on your preferred podcast listening platform. Until next time, cheers from all of us at The Malting Hour.